Hello everyone, आज की इस तहकीक में खुश आमदेद. Welcome to today's explainer. We're going on a really beautiful journey today, acting as literary detectives, to analyze an amazing anonymous poem, literally word by word. हमारा मकसद है इस नज़म के हर लफ्ज़, हर मिसरे की गहराई को समझना. We're going to uncover all those hidden meanings, themes, and underlying ideas together, and we'll be breaking everything down in a mix of both English and Urdu. Okay, let's dive into this. Here's our roadmap. First, discovering the beloved poem. Second, nature's vibrant canvas. Third, the guiding star and flag. Fourth, standing strong as one. And finally, a promise from the heart. So, starting off with Section 1, Discovering the Beloved Poem, let's look closely at the poet's very first words. The poet begins, "O land of green, so rich and true, with skies so wide and rivers blue." Literally, the poet is talking about Ek Sara Sabz Zameen, this incredibly lush green land, and Neeli Nadiyan, those beautiful blue rivers. But notice the adjectives rich and true here. Ye loves zameen ki zarkhezi aur sachai ko zahir karte hain. They're telling us the land isn't just physically green, it's deeply valuable and authentic. Also, do you catch that ABB rhyme scheme starting right up? True rhymes perfectly with blue. Bahut khoob. It sets such a peaceful rhythm. Moving right along to Section 2, Nature's Vibrant Canvas. The poet zooms out a bit here to look at the geography. The poem continues, "Your mountains stand with pride so high, your spirit soars beyond the sky." In Urdu, we describe this incredible feeling as jazbe-ki uran, a spirit soaring so intensely it literally crosses the heavens. But wait a second. Think about those mountains in the first line. Mountains are just made of rock and dirt, right? They don't actually feel pride or fakr. This brings us to a really fun literary tool called personification. It's a big word, but it just means giving human qualities to non-human things. Shair ne paharon ko ek insan ki tarah fakhr se khara dikhaya hai. By saying the mountains stand with pride, the poet makes the whole landscape feel alive and full of real emotion, just like a proud person standing tall. Let's read the next lines. From snowy peaks of mighty north to deserts glowing in the south. Now what's absolutely fascinating here is how the poet uses opposites to paint a complete picture of the country. Ek taraf shaded thandak hai, to dusri taraf garmi. Let's break this down further. On one side, we have the mighty north with its snowy peaks, Shamal ki barfani chotiyan, freezing, towering, and majestic. And then, completely opposite, we have the glowing south with its deserts. Janub ke tapte hue sehra, glowing with this intense heat and golden sand. The poet is showing us that this land literally has it all, har tarah ka mausam or manzar, from freezing snow to a glowing, blazing sun. Next, we zoom way back in. Each grain of soil, each blooming tree, whispers of love and liberty. Pay super close attention to the phrases each grain and whispers. Mitti ka zara zara aur khilta hua har darakht pyar aur azadi ki sargoshi karta hai. It's such a gentle, intimate image. The land isn't shouting at us, it's whispering. And what exactly is it whispering? That final, incredibly powerful word, liberty. Liberty. Azadi. Now, this isn't just a vocabulary word. It is the state of being completely free and independent. History mein islavs ki bahut ahmiyat hai. Our ancestors sacrificed so much for this azadi. It carries this massive emotional weight that anchors the whole poem, showing us that this gorgeous physical land is also, above all else, a free land. Which brings us to Section 3, the guiding star and flag. Let's look up from the landscape to the national symbols. Your flag of green and star so white shines like a beacon in the night. Here, the poet is painting a vivid picture of the Sabz Hilali Parcham, the green flag with a white crescent and star. And notice that second phrase, shines like a beacon. Whenever we use the word like to compare two things, we've just found ourselves a simile. But what exactly is a beacon? Well, it's a bright, guiding light or signal. Think of a massive lighthouse guiding ships safely through a really dark, stormy sea. Hamara janda ek rehbar roshni ki tarah hai. It cuts right through the darkness, providing hope and direction to everyone who looks up at it. The poet goes on, "We hold it high, both proud and strong. In every heart your name belongs." Did you catch the subtle shift there? Pehle shair your keh raha tha. Ab usne achanak we istemal kiya hai. The poem is literally uniting all of us readers together in this moment. हम सब मिलकर इसे बुलंद रखते हैं. And listen to how that rhyme ties us together at the end of the lines. Strong and belongs. Now for section 4, standing strong as one. The focus shifts to us, the citizens. For all who serve and strive with grace, you are our pride, our sacred place. To strive with grace is such a deeply meaningful concept. इसका मतलब है मेहनत और शराफत के साथ काम करना. It's about working incredibly hard, but doing it with real dignity and honor. And then the poet drops a really heavy word at the very end, sacred. So the crucial point here is understanding the true depth of the word sacred. Ik muqaddas jaga. It means something holy, highly valued, and worthy of profound respect. The land is no longer just dirt, trees, and mountains. It's treated with absolute reverence. Ye zameen hamare liye muqaddas hai, and it deserves our utmost care. We'll work, we'll learn, we'll stand as one until the brightest dream is won. Check out the rhythm of the verbs here. Work, learn, stand. This is actually called the rule of 3 in literature. It just makes the sentence sound powerful, catchy, and totally complete. हम मेहनत करेंगे, सीखेंगे, और एक होकर खड़े होंगे. It's a collective promise from every single one of us to stay totally united, एक होकर खड़े होना, until our brightest dreams become reality. Okay, detectives, let's take a quick step back and look at the literary tools building this whole piece. We have our ABB rhyme scheme, giving it that steady heartbeat. We saw personification, where mountains stand with human pride. We found beautiful contrast between the snowy north and glowing south. And we spotted a simile, where the flag shines like a beacon. In tamam khubiyon ne milkar is nazm ko itna asarandaz banaya hai. They literally make the words leap off the page. And finally, section 5, a promise from the heart. Things get very personal here. The poem continues, O Pakistan, my home, my land, forever will I make my stand. And this brilliantly illustrates a major shift. The pronouns have suddenly changed to my and I. ये अब सिर्फ एक मुल्क नहीं है, ये मेरा घर है. And the promise to make a stand is huge. अपने घर के लिए डट कर खड़ा होना. It's a vow of absolute unwavering loyalty from the individual. And here is the very final couplet. With peace and love I'll do my part, for you will always own my heart. Aman or mohabbat ke saath apna kirdar ada karna. It ends with the ultimate vow, dil par haq hona. The land officially owns the poet's heart. And notice how perfectly, how beautifully it closes with that emotional rhyme, part and heart. We've analyzed all the words, but now the poem is pointing directly at you. How will you make your stand for your home? आप अपने घर के लिए अपना किरदार कैसे अदा करेंगे? Think about that today. Keep searching for meaning in the words around you. सीखते रहिए और अपना ख्याल रखिए. Until next time, keep exploring.